Alright, I think I'm back. Goodness. Okay, let me. Yes. With a good thumbnail as well. Okay. So I'm back. Just had to live stream that one. It's okay. I just ramble on, and I just feel like it wasn't in the context of GameStop. That's why I didn't think it was going to be anything you guys need to hear about. But anyway, so let me restart the live stream here and kind of start with GameStop price here, right? So GameStop price, obviously, we're trading around $16 again. Of course, our RSI is still at the midpoint, so could be a continuation, right? Midpoint RSI is pretty, I would say, pretty good at kind of bouncing, but it looks like the trend line has been broken, so we might be coming down a bit until further notice. My next level is actually right here around $14, right? Why $14? Well, this gap right here, right? Now I know the gap has been filled already, so it might not be that low before it continue to go up again, but you know how it works. We have a lot of news coming, and I think job data is going to be tomorrow, and we all know about layoffs and all that stuff, right? Whether it's going to hit the job market or the data tomorrow, we don't know. Anything could happen, and of course the data could be manipulated as well. We don't know for sure if it's going to be accurate. They could always do a revision later. Okay, that is what they're doing, like tricking the media or the public, right, saying, hey, it's one number, but then a couple weeks later it's like, oops, actually it's this number. And so when they do a revision, usually it's not even being on the news, like it's off in a like it's not in the main news feed, right? And so those things is going to be so hard for people to even get access to, right? Or even know if it exists. So, by the way, my thought here is if it doesn't bounce off of this one, which it seems like it did, the week of this particular candle, but then, the sell pressure still added on to it. So the next level would be this one right here, 14 or even 14 flat. But the reason why I moved this up is because of this whole gap right there. So it's possible. It's really possible. And the other play, namely just sofi here. Of course, we all know about the Bath & Beyond and all that stuff, and it's terrible company. Then terrible pump. Any other play except GameStop, right? Now, I've heard about SoFi a lot lately, and I've covered it many a time. Yesterday, it was dropping like a rock, obviously. Today, it's kind of indecision type of candle right here. I think there's more pain to come here because of the RSI kind of dropping like a rock here. So people would like to tell you this stock's going to go up from here. They can't push it down any further. That's the term, right? Well, they could do anything if you're in control of the market, right? If you have the majority volume and order routing, you're gonna be able to see the people orders. But off chance though, there's a possibility that it might hit down here. I'm looking for this level right here, $6.44. If you want to draw it a different way, it might support that pretty well, right? Again, I'm not saying it's gonna come down here tomorrow or anything like that, but really depends on the data, the employment data that comes in, right? Now, to me, like this type of news, it's very important, right? Because it's about the workforce. You've seen time and time again, companies after company are shaving off, their employee. It's been cutting costs like crazy because they've been expanding when they shouldn't be expanding. And this is why GameStop leadership have done it perfectly, right? Because they were doing it while people were still expanding. And this is why their stock price goes up and our stock price comes down, because, we were doing the hard thing the right time so that we could set our, self up for success much better position of success when the time turned dark, right? So that's what I'm kind of observing, that GameStop leadership actually had it right the first time 3 years ago, to cut costs, to cut the amount of stores in order to not overextend ourselves, right? And on top of that, to keep the platform, e-commerce platform, more refined and even more and more enticing and user interface, so to speak, right? And so every time you go to GameStop store online, it's very easy for you to order, very easy for you to look for deals, clearance, and all that stuff, right? And it's very easy for that. What we could do is, what customer could appreciate is these type of things, right? Very small little incremental change that will give you the opportunity to see all of the items, like the discounted items, discounted games, and all that stuff, right? Clearance point. And then also too, if you want to shop in a category up here, right? Top deals and all that stuff. Again, this stuff matters. The shop my store, you could really find your own place here very easily. And this is why we don't really need all those numbers of stores. And of course, you don't have to upsell and kind of annoys the customer every time they want to go buy something. They have to face the clerk saying, hey clerk, no, it's like, would you like the membership? Like today at the store, we were kind of pushing, would you like a credit card? Open up a credit card, you're gonna get 50% off. 50%. You're gonna get $50. Would you like to open a second credit card? I'm like, at the store, obviously, at this department store, and I was like, what the heck? Like, no, we're not gonna do it. Well, you're gonna get $50 off. I'm like, why would we need second credit card for that store? And I asked the guy that, and he said, well, you're gonna get the $50 and don't use it. I'm like, well, no, we're not gonna do that. It's kind of annoying because they keep pushing it, and I'm sure there's a reason why he does that, because hey, he might have some commission or there's some quota that he has to meet at the store in order to get whatever reward he's getting. But to me, this is not a way to go. So I get annoyed at stuff like that. But this is why I think, no matter what, of course, upselling is going to always be, in the industry of gaming, or in the industry of retailing in general. because upselling is part of, you get to sell more product at hand, right? But there's definitely the right way to do it without seeming like you're pushing something in front of their face and they're like, here we go, take it, right? Like, so anyway, my point is that leadership has been doing pretty well in terms of managing, the costs of doing business, and definitely see this happening, 2-3 years ago, right? That's why they decided to go that route. The strategy is to cut store and to, hone on the e-commerce platform space, right? And of course, like explore other revenue sources as well, which we are doing. It's not like we're not doing anything at all. Like, people mistake inaction for not doing anything at all. Like, inaction is actually doing something, meaning like we don't need to do much because we have billions of dollars to protect here. So currently we're just protecting our asset, and I just saw Moran's on TikTok as well, and it was posted on his hold on, let me see, right here. People always, I actually saw one comment just like that where
I had to get out of bed for this one. Here's a
hold on, I'm not quite sure how long ago was this one, but yes, I did actually saw one comment, not the same exact one, but it's like, it says what fundamental, because I was saying like fundamental of the company and all that stuff, right? So it's not the same person, but the same exact similar type of sentiment. But let's play this, and I'm sure you guys see him already, so hopefully it
comment
plays.
on one of my videos. It says fundamentals ? GameStop is not profitable and is actually net negative. Number one rule of investing: never marry a stock. When I see guys like you that know absolutely nothing, you want to talk about fundamentals, right? We'll do it together. So trailing 12 for GameStop, negative $8 million, right? Off of $6 billion in sales. The only reason they're not positive is why? They spent $300 million in marketable securities, and they have an inflated SG&A versus the last 2 years because of a couple of things they did fundamentally with the business. But I'm not going to let you get away with it. After this quarter right now, they're about to show a net positive position of over $100 million worth of profit. You don't think that's going to happen? You don't think they have a plus 500 basis points from quarter to quarter on SG&A and or their gross profit, the actual margins, cost of goods versus the actual profit they actually make? You're talking about 26% now per quarter versus 21 last year, 22 last year. So yeah, they are annualizing on inflationary numbers. Don't you know how to make a profit? Don't you understand balance sheets and cash flow statements and income sheets? You don't know what all this is? Don't talk about fundamentals, kid. I've been here all year. I've been here all week. I've been here for 3 years now, studying the balance sheet every damn day. You can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to GameStop. You don't have a clue. The CEO gets zero pay. CFO doesn't even exist. They have so much money to the bottom line, and yet it's the investment you're looking for. You guys want to talk about book value? $4 operating on cash alone. Shareholder equity, $1.2 billion, right? Cash and marketable securities, zero goodwill. That means it's not propped up on anything. It literally is cash for cash. And you're telling me the stock is what, $16 a share? I'm going to show you a position of 25% that is equity. So meaning, not a single stock that you can name trades off of 25% equity position. Not a single one. I don't care who you name. And if they do have 25% equity, guess what it is? It's all goodwill. GameStop's all cash, babe. You have no idea.
Yep. Could not have said it better myself. But let's continue.
Here, I understand every bit of the X factor. GameStop's all cash, babe. You have no idea what you're talking about. The X factor is Ryan Cohen. The X factor is what GameStop could be, might be, short interest, what's reported. But hey, fundamentally, you want to talk about being negative, a net negative position? They were negative $500 million just 4 quarters ago, operationally. A year, what a difference a year makes, right? Now they're positive. And here's the thing, to swing it over $500 million, give it another year, they're going to be plus on that a whole $1 billion. We're talking about from negative 500 to positive $500 million. So you're going to tell me I don't know fundamentals, I don't understand the business? Maybe you haven't been seeing what's happening with GameStop. Zero cash burn. They actually have an increase on cash over the last trailing 12 and or even calendar year. There is zero loss at the top because when they say top line revenue is falling off $300 million, guess what? Their gross profits increased over $30 million. Over 8 quarters, their gross profit has increased. What are they losing? What am I missing here? I understand every bit of the metrics that you want to measure. And when you measure it, make sure you get it right. It's GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. We're going to be millionaires. Remember that.
Yes, punk. That's his tagline. I like that. But anyway, so sorry, Moran, to have to like show the whole video, but I'm kind of exhausted from my own content, to be honest. But I do appreciate you, But anyway, I always give him a plug because he needs more subscriber. You guys, like, go please subscribe to him if you haven't already. I know I only have 100,000 subscriber at the moment, so please do. If you haven't seen Moran's already, he has his own channel and all that stuff. Sorry, I'm pretending to be like bigger channel than Moran's. It's like a what is it called? Like put it out to the universe, and the universe is gonna pick it up like that. Sorry, Moran's. That's just not not cool. Okay, so let's look at what Moran's was saying about, the cash swing. It's, here you go. You just look at the balance sheets, and then it's like, when people are saying what fundamental, I'm like, what are you talking about? The fundamental of this company has been doing well. Right? You see all this top line revenue, they're saying as if it's like the best thing since light bread. Well, look at this. And this is what Moran's is talking about. And along the line, what I'm kind of like trying to tie it to the layoff aspect of things, right? We've been making difficult decision 2 years ago to cut down the number of stores and to rein on in the expenses, right? Those are difficult decisions at the time because everybody was expanding, right? They have money hand over fist from the government, from the PPP loan and all that stuff, right? So they feel the need to like splurge it on whatever, right? And without even taking account that, hey, all of this money eventually is gonna have to be paid back, right? And they were preparing for that. I'm sure Ryan Cohen has a good idea of where that money would go eventually, right? And so that's why he has the strategy and the company, the industry to go into in order to make it work, right? And it has been working. If you look at this right here, gross profit right there, from a year ago, right, just like Moran was saying, a year ago to now, we're actually $100 million in the positive in the gross profit, even though our top line revenue has been down $300 million. Do you hear what I'm saying? It means that we are more profitable. It means that our gross profit margin is higher than from a year ago. 3% is a lot in terms of, when it accounts from billions and billions of dollars, multi-billion of dollars, right? This is how you account for it. It's that, top line revenue is not everything. I make a video about it too if you want to go check for it. It's a pre-recorded video. It's a, kind of give you the same line, different number. It's just to show you that top line revenue is not everything, because if you expand too fast, right? You use too much money in order to make that money. The stores that you have to cover the footprints of is making you less money because those stores, doesn't receive foot traffic that much. And if you are operating too many stores, people probably could walk 2 blocks away and get that GameStop. Why would they walk to the other one? And so, just to get that one traffic, you have 2 stores to get that one traffic. When you could have just closed down one and leave one, and then just have that one store make more money. There you go. And again, like, this type of decision was made difficultly, or was made 2 years ago. Now look at these people. They're stampeding to cutting jobs, to cutting costs, because that's the only way that they could survive, right? So now these people are going to be in a world of hurt, while we are setting ourselves up, for a long haul here, right? With an amount of cash that's like making these people like, flutter with heart throb over here. What I'm saying is that, these billions means a lot in the time of needs, right? When people are struggling, without jobs and all that stuff. Like, you see all these layoffs here, these type of jobs data is going to, I'm not sure it's going to show up tomorrow, in that aspect, but there were job cuts, I'm sure, last month and all that stuff. And if not, then the next month it's going to show these within this month right here of January, right? And so, it's only a matter of time that these companies gonna have to announce one after another, hey, we're laying off people, hey, we're not going to have the ability to hold this amount of people anymore, and then they're gonna cut down even more. When that happened, GameStop could set themselves up for the employer, right? Meaning like, hey, we're taking in more people because we are expanding, right? We're taking in more people slowly, obviously, and responsibly, I hope, right? I have no reason to doubt Ryan Cohen, that he's not going to do everything he can to make this company the best, company in the world. And the leading gaming industry, to delight customer and all that stuff. Like, and he has that principle already ingrained in him. And on top of that, he had, like Morantz was saying in his video, he's no cash, like no salary, straight up his own cash, straight up his own effort, straight up setting, example for other CEO out there to at least to follow, and they can. Why? Because he's a leader. Right? He's leading that front right now. And, the media doesn't give them credit for it. I bet you anything, they will when, he's Elon Musk status, right? And by that time, we all, whoever believing in him in this stage, in the game, or 3 years ago, is going to be rewarded handsomely, right? And that's why Morantz was saying, see you, millionaire, right? It's that important. So the retaining loss right here, we're still kind of work on that. I'm not saying that this amount is attractive, but it's about to turn positive. That's what I'm hoping. Hopefully within 2 quarters. Not quite sure it's gonna be accomplished this next quarter, but if not, flat is good too, or even $5 million or even $10 million. That's another good. Sorry. What I meant is that if they could cut it down by $100 million, that's an amazing thing to do already. For fourth quarter though, I don't imagine they will be losing money. I think they will make, because last quarter they make, what is it, $46 million net. Hold on, that's annual. No, $48 million in the positive, right? And so hopefully, we will hit double that, right? I'm optimistic that we could double that because of the cost of doing business, right? If you look at that quarter right there, I did my own kind of prediction. I think they could stay under 1,500, right, million. But 1,500 million, it's $1.5 billion worth of cost of service. Why do I know that? Well, it's just an average of the previous year. That's it, right? And if that's the case, that means that, $300 million right there? 300 million? Yeah, we probably could knock this out. The negative $270 in retaining loss. Yeah, so it's going to be exciting, first year of or first fiscal year of profitability. Although, we always say it's profitable because of the free cash flow, right? We've been free cash flow for a long time, and nobody has given us credit for anything, right? But look at this, SoFi. Wall Street is wrong on SoFi stock, but Wall Street has been right about GameStop. Like, they downgrade SoFi and it dropped 14% and they're wrong, and all that stuff, right? But for some reason, GameStop has never been updated, has never been, like, the analysis of GameStop has never been updated whatsoever. They always have old information about GameStop, but for whatever reason, they've been pushing SoFi. And again, when I see CNBC pushing it out, being positive, all of a sudden, that kind of, gave me a red flag right there. That's why I was like, let me cover it. And, what one stock that they want you to sell? I wonder which one. Alright guys, it's been 30 minutes and it's 10:30. It's usually my bedtime actually. But I just wanted to update everyone on, GameStop and how great it is. And of course, try to plug Moran's channel as well. Sorry, Moran, I had to bed for this one. I had to show the whole thing. But yeah, I appreciate you so much for tuning in. I don't know who's there, but yeah, thank you. Bye.